I play softball here at Cottey, so my trip was a recruiting visit over the summer. And I just remember thinking that this is such a cool campus. It's really unique. I really liked the layout, I liked the buildings, and everybody that I met throughout my tour, throughout my visit, was just super exciting, super welcoming, and it was just a really encouraging atmosphere. I mean, it made me feel really comfortable. And then looking at class sizes, I'm from a small town. I attended a community college before this, and that was also a really small community. So just seeing the student to professor ratio, it's like, wow, this is what I'm used to, and this is a really good opportunity with such high qualified professors, getting that, as close to one-on-one time as possible. And then getting to meet other students, getting to meet my teammates and seeing how much they enjoyed it here, it was like, wow, this is a really special place. This sense of community, the sense of family, coming in as an outsider and immediately feeling welcomed by everybody I encountered. By the time I left my visit, it's like, wow, there's something about Cottey that's really special.
I came with my mom and sister, and when we actually got to see how small the campus was, everything was walking distance, what really probably stuck with me was that the security, they have a lot of little security contacts. So my Golden Key mentor was giving me the tour of all the campus, all the rooms you go to, all the classes. And she was basically saying you have a lot of connections here, and everyone knows everyone. It was so nice. It was really welcoming and genuine. It was making me feel really comfortable because I'm not really an extroverted person. So them bringing me out my shell on the first day, and so many people asking who I am and where I come from. It was just really welcoming, and then I felt really comfortable. Yeah, this is maybe the spot for me. It's definitely somewhere I can see myself being and starting my career in for sure.
We cannot lose focus on what the mission of the college is, to educate women and make them part of a global society. The global education component of Cottey is unbelievable. Of course, when I was a student, there was no opportunity for foreign travel unless you happened to be in French and you got to go as part of the French class. When my daughter attended, of course, she was able to go and be part of the spring break trip, and she went to Italy. And now they're going so many more places, and it's so important for us to realize what other countries are about, how we interact with them, how we deal with them, and just to have that experience of being in other country and cultures.
It almost doesn't matter what career you're in now, it is global. Whether that's your workers, whether that's your customer base, whether that's your supply base, it doesn't matter, it's global. And so, having the experience here as far as the students getting those perspectives, because believe me, not everybody thinks like we think in the US.
Having a degree in international relations means that I get to study abroad for a semester. So this semester I went to Denmark, and that really helped me grow as a person. It allowed me to make relationships that I wouldn't have made before and understand a culture that is not an American culture, and it really expanded my mind.
We have different faiths, ethnicities, races, age groups represented on campus, and every program that we have challenges our students to look at different issues from the perspective of social justice and global awareness, so that our students can develop into true leaders of the global community. So by doing all of these things while they are at Cottey, they're preparing themselves to use the global awareness skills that they have learned here to become future leaders. Leaders who will lead the world into a better place, a more just place, and a place where there is possibility for collaboration to bring about good towards all.
In the world today, there is a definite disparity between the number of men and women in leadership positions. You can find this in every sector, in many organizations, and in different parts of the world and different parts of society, where women keep hoping for leadership opportunities, and time again, they are not prepared, or they are not confident, or they are not invited to the table. Cottey's Organizational Leadership Studies program hopes to develop our students in a way that prepares them for the workforce and prepares them to be contributing members of a global society, whether that's in the workplace or serving in a community organization or just being an amazing member of their family or an amazing part of someone else's life. So what we do in the Organizational Leadership Program in terms of goals is we think about the importance of leaders really thinking critically, digging deeper into issues instead of just the surface of what's coming in front of them. We also hope that our students communicate effectively. We want students who can leave this campus with an organizational leadership experience confident to raise their voice, able to speak up in those moments where a voice makes a true difference. And finally, we want our students to understand the roles of women in a leadership context, whether that's the skills and strategies and tools that will help them be successful, or the knowledge of leadership as a larger concept and a larger construct that they can then take to whatever environment they need to be in. So communicating effectively, thinking critically, and recognizing the roles of women are the key goals that we have for our program.
Before taking the leadership class here at Cottey, I didn't really like the idea of leadership. I was always called a leader though in my basketball teams and in class, but I always saw a leader as somebody that is mean or aggressive and demanding, and I didn't see myself that way. And after getting into those classes, those leadership classes, and learning that there's multiple different types of leadership, I understood that I could fit in that. And the other thing too is I just learned a lot about myself and how to believe in myself and be confident in what I do.
Coming from a science background and being out in the industry for about 35 years in the semiconductor industry, leadership skills are number one. If you don't know something, you can learn how to do something. You can find somebody that helps you. And having the skills to not only help yourself grow in those ways, but to have a team and help lead your team to grow and learn more and then accomplish more as a unit is something very special.
I realized that I didn't know myself, and there were many things that I needed to work on, but I can't say that I'm a completely different person than I was 3 years ago.
The Campus and Residence Life Department here at Cottey works really hard to make sure that we're offering a wide variety of activities, so that way we can make sure that we are creating programs that can appeal to a wide variety of interests when it comes to our students and what things really grab their attention. It can really celebrate that diversity that so many love about our campus, and it can really foster those connections, both with the students that these students might interact with day to day living in the suites and being in classes, but also with those that they might not cross paths with if it wasn't for these events. Between our campus activities programming, our student activities committee, our RA programming, and not to mention all the other departments that host things here on campus, it is very, very easy to be involved here on campus, but very hard to get bored when you're at Cottey College.
I like Cottey because of the small population size. It allows us to create really good relationships with faculty, staff, and professors that will go beyond graduation.
Cottey makes it very easy to get involved, especially with the fine arts programs. You can do anything that your heart desires you to do. You can express yourself through music, through dance, through theater, but you can also explore the academic side of yourself through Cottey's academics. And there's just a gold mine of things to do here in terms of a vary of interests.
What I love about Cottey is I love the amazing suite environment and how it kind of draws people together from all sorts of places all across the world and the country. And I love the small class sizes, and I just love the beautiful scenery of the campus.
Well, living in the suite life made us understand what it'd be like to live with that many different women from different countries and backgrounds, and it kind of forced that who am I, how am I going to fit, and it was really life-changing.
I think there are two things that make Cottey special. One is the family atmosphere. It's like the girls really treat each other as sisters. I mean, that's whether you talk to the alums or you talk to the girls that are on campus now. They do feel like a family. And it's an international family. It's not just a, local, people that see each other all the time. They're coming from all over the world, and it's a great perspective. The second thing is the class size. There's no question my focus is in really science, technology, areas like that, and to have a class size with a maximum of 10 students to a professor, you cannot help but really learn the topic.
When it comes to lasting connections at Cottey, I think the first thing that jumps to any alumna's mind, including my own, is traditions. Traditions are a super unique activity offered here at Cottey because not only do they offer that connection from student to student, but they also offer a connection for our students with every class that has come before them. I know that personally, while I do love my class, some of my dearest connections were made with people from the classes in the 70s. And there's still connections that I keep to this day because we met during one Founders Weekend.
If I could say anything to the PEOs or the supporter of the college, I would just want to give a huge thank you and probably a big hug because they have supported me so much through the last 3 years here at Cottey, and they just give me everything that I need to push through and reach my goals. So I really appreciate everything they've done for me.
If you haven't been to Cottey to visit, I really encourage everybody to try to make an attempt because you will not believe what a gem we have. It's like my husband used to say, it was like an Ivy League school plucked down in the middle of this small community, and it's absolutely the truth. And it's so important to visit here to understand the culture and the importance that Cottey plays. So I just think it's really important for all PEO members to understand it is one of our projects. Don't forget that. Just because it's brick and mortar, it's still every bit as important as the other 5 projects.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to know that we have like a bunch of support, and POs are just like have our backs, probably the number one that have our backs all the time. And they're always willing to step up, like any issue, like they're always willing to like help and like fix the issue and make their students comfortable, especially like if they're from their hometown. They're making sure that their students are like tip-top comfortable, like tip-top shape. This campus would not be Cottey if it was not for you guys, like continuously giving us support and encouragement and all the above. Like, we thank you guys so much.